evening, everyone. It's
Hi.
again Sunday, 5 o'clock Mountain
Mm-hmm.
Standard Time. Hi, Auntie Yaa'S.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Just getting over the excitement of the book
The
launch.
book lunch, yeah. That was
That
awesome.
was,
Yeah,
yeah, it was,
yeah.
it's good.
Anyway, yeah, I'll introduce us just in case someone is watching for the first time. My name is
Mm-hmm.
Yabuatima Boatin Russell, and we have Yafuda Atubra, the author of
Mm-hmm.
The Beauty of a Woman's Heart, and we call
Mm-hmm.
her Auntie Ya. So that's how we refer to her. So if you're listening for the first time, if you hear Auntie Ya, it's Yafuda Atubra, the author of The Beauty of a Woman's Heart. So, which was
Yes.
launched just this Saturday, and it was awesome. We got to hear about how she got to write the book, how she got started, and some of the
Mm-hmm.
hurdles she had to go through as well. I mean, the noises and
Yes.
yes, and I think it's in
The
line with
voices.
today's, yeah, the
Mm-hmm.
voices, yeah,
Yes.
the negative
Yes.
ones,
So,
yeah,
mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah. We're very excited. So now that we've
yes.
done that, go to Amazon. See the ticker? So go
Mm-hmm.
to Amazon US, Canada, Spain, France, Germany, and Innovi Books. Get your copy. Get your copy. Get your copy. You'll be blessed. Both men and women can read it.
Mm-hmm.
There are men
Yep.
who are reading it because you learn a lot from it.
Yes.
It's a book that you can buy for your church groups. It's a faith based book. Anybody can read it, but you can buy it for your women's groups, even the men's group. It makes you think and reflect. So
Yeah.
I'm excited that the launch is over, but now we need you to patronize it and also write
Yes.
up the review on Amazon
Oh, yeah.
or your
That's
tip.
also very important. Yeah.
Yes, an important thing. So
Yeah.
my ladies who have read the book,
Yeah. Go.
my ladies
Go.
who have read the
Right.
book, that's a reminder to you to go and write your reviews. We are waiting.
Yes.
So I'm going to share to
Oh, the
so y'all can
platforms.
keep chatting
Yeah.
or
The reviews are very important
yes.
because yeah. Well, I don't buy anything without going to check the reviews first, no matter what it is. On
It,
Amazon, it's
that
only
is true.
when you go to the store that you can actually see the thing, then you don't really need someone to
Mm-hmm,
tell you. But when you're buying online,
mm-hmm,
you always go to check the reviews, you check the seller and then the item itself to read about what people are
yes.
saying. Yeah, because that gives you the confidence to
Mm-hmm.
buy, because if
Go
it's
ahead.
not, yeah, a good item or an item of value,
Mm-hmm,
somebody will definitely write it there in the comments, and I've seen stuff like that, and it helps
mm-hmm,
you, the buyer. So if you've bought it, I know you've got something out of it, so
mm-hmm.
go put it down, so to help somebody else who's going to buy it to know that they are not going to throw their monies away, or they're going to get value out of their money. So let's go write the
Let's do it.
reviews. Yep.
Just do it.
And for those who haven't bought it, please don't just come and listen. Buy.
Mm-hmm,
And I'm sure you have people who
exactly.
celebrate their birthdays. I mean, there's been several occasions that we have celebrated.
Mm-hmm.
Mother's Day has gone past, but it will come again. And then we have birthdays, we have Christmas. This is a good stocking
Coming
stuffer.
up. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can get this as a stocking stuffer for
Exactly.
somebody, or the actual parcel for somebody, because
Yes.
sometimes you don't even know what to buy for
Mm-hmm,
people, and you buy junk which they might not use, but this
mm-hmm.
book is of value. It will help them. So yeah. Auntie, are you
Yes.
done with the
Yes.
sharing?
It speaks to you. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Like I was saying yesterday, a lot of people, the people who've read the book, they always say that I feel like you're talking to me.
Hmm.
It resonates with me. I can relate to it, So
Yeah.
it's about real life, real things.
Yes.
If you are
Yes.
willing to make a change in your life, you will get something out of it. Even
Yes.
there's things that you think about, but you just put to the side. I used to be like, I go, oh, then you think it's not important, but it gets
You
to a stage you
forget
go, no,
about
I
it
need to
too.
pay attention. I
Mm-hmm.
need to plan. I need to do this. I need to do that. Right? Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, we can go ahead.
Okay, so today's topic is on page 183. If you have your books, if you don't, you can
I'll
follow
I'll
along
pull it up.
as I read. And yes,
Hmm.
the topic
So
is
huge.
that's
I
okay.
can't see myself.
I
No,
can
my
see you
head is
from
here, so
chin
it's
up.
good.
So
Good.
okay, so the topic for today is stepping stones, barriers, blockades, limitations, restrictions. At every point in time, yes, there are always barriers, there are
Hmm.
blockades. It's about how we handle those things. So let's see what
Hmm.
Antia will say about this or will get us thinking about today. So the first paragraph says, Beloved woman, I am here to tell you that barriers, blockades, limitations, and restrictions are your stepping stones to progress. Say that again. Yes, adversity is your ladder to success. Wow, that's really difficult. Okay, I'm just saying that. Somebody reading it would think that how can something that sounds so negative be
Hmm.
something that is going to give me progress or success in life?
Hmm. Yes. So you see, when you try to do things in life, you meet
Hmm.
challenges, you meet obstacles. Okay.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
example that I usually give is the person who invented the light bulb. I think
yeah.
is it Thomas Alva
Listen,
Edison?
listen,
They
yeah.
say he probably tried it about 99 times or something.
Yeah,
So
I've heard
that
that. Yeah,
tells you that he had um, grit, he had
yeah,
perseverance,
yeah,
he
yeah.
had the push, keep pushing spirit.
Hmm.
So you as a person, like we say in our community, we tend to be, we think a certain way and we are stuck there. So anytime you try to do something, people meet you with the difficulties. They don't say, "Oh, wow, that sounds like that might be difficult, but I think that you can do it."
Yes.
They. It's good to mention that yes, it's not going to be easy for you, but
Hmm.
buffer it with some positive comment. But we tend to only say
Exactly.
the negative. So
Yeah.
what is happening to a lot of people is that they listen to that and they don't start.
Yes.
But if
Hello.
you are somebody like me that have been told things and I've gone through a lot of things, then you realize that you need, oh, hello, Pastor P.
Hello, Pastor P.
Welcome, welcome. And somebody will tell you that, something will tell you that I'm going to take this banner off, but every so often we can bring it up or
Put it
mention
up
it.
again. Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody will tell you that, um, yes, I had this is a challenge, but I
Hmm.
can do it. I'm going to try. I won't give
Right.
up.
Right.
So when you hear people tell their story, nobody is going to tell you that they succeeded the first time. So what I'm trying to say here is that the challenges that you face, it's what pushes you. I've been through a lot of things. Like yesterday, I said in the launch that it's almost like I have this, I'm somebody who always faces this almost there syndrome.
Mm.
You are in a situation, there's something coming, whether it's a position or whether it's whatever, that should be yours. As before you know it, whom somebody comes by and it's gone to somebody else, and then you are overlooked and you are sitting there. And meanwhile, you'll be working. Not that that's why you went in there for it, right? If we're
Hmm.
talking of church circumstances, people will know in their heads that, oh, maybe this person here was the best person for it. But before you know it, it goes over there.
Yeah.
And these things have happened so much. And so you can give up easily. You
Mm-hmm.
can just give up. You have to
Mm-hmm.
have the I don't, what do you call it? I can do it.
Spirit.
What do you call it?
Spirit.
Spirit. You
Yeah.
can't give up. You have to keep going. So with
Right.
all that I faced, right, all
Mm-hmm.
that I went through, and having to leave certain environments that you probably would have thought that you wouldn't leave, and then being able to accomplish something,
Yeah.
what I've been able to do, to me that is a lesson. But at the time that I wrote this, it
Mm-hmm.
was very painful because you were hearing a lot of negative things.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it just illustrates, right?
Right.
Because I go to say, and this is no, we have to speak the truth. I
Yes.
was in two Ghanaian churches for a number of 13 years. I don't know if it's 13 or 12. Nana always corrects me.
It's
But
mighty.
for the 3 years, I've done what I've done now in all the 3 years that I left. Why couldn't I have done it while I was in
Before
there?
then.
That
Yeah.
is a good question to ask.
Right.
So,
Right.
sometimes you get your gifts and talents get, you know, there's no room
Squashed.
to
Yeah.
move
Yeah.
forward or to push. Hello, Mr. Chermatin.
Hello.
Welcome. Good to see you.
Hi.
So, that's how it is.
So from
So
what
for
you're
me,
saying, it means that these adversities or barriers do not necessarily come from people who do not, I don't know, like I don't know how to say it, but if it's
mhm,
a church, you would not expect it to come from there. It comes from where you think that you might get encouragement or
mhm,
someone to
mhm.
push you.
Yes. But yeah, at the same time, we have to remember that we are still human beings in the
Hmm.
church. We are human, we are
True.
fleshly, we are weak, right?
True.
It's supposed to be a hospital where everybody goes to get healed, but things
Hmm.
happen. Like Pastor P is saying, they snatch it away from you. That is the spirit, vain spirit.
Mm,
So it's 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 like we're even in those circumstances, we are there to grow,
yes. Yes.
and the growth, your growing may, how does your growing become an intimidating factor? Oh, okay, it means spirit of vain.
Spirit of
Okay,
vain. Okay.
so how does you having a gift or doing something become a threat? Do you get what I mean? So
Yeah.
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 Mhm. So
Would
for
you
me,
say
those are
that
my
if you're not
challenges.
careful, it will make you doubt yourself as well?
Yes, it
Mm,
will make you doubt yourself because um, people don't have faith in you. They
yeah.
think, I told the story of how in one of the churches, like the pastor was preaching and had asked the question, who can speak in tongues? And when I lifted my head up, he shook his head in a disbelieving manner. And I'm thinking to myself, so is it the loud people, right? The loud KK people know who are Holy Ghost filled. Yeah. So, things like that. No, yeah, we look at the
Yeah.
outer, we look at the outside.
Outside, yeah.
We don't look at people's heart, and we don't know who people are. So we are spending a lot of time writing people off. And then when they are not there anymore, you might go, oh gee, I wish I wish I had held on. I wish this person hadn't gone or whatever, right? So I'm
Yeah.
saying that it's a lesson. We can't do that. You don't know who your helper is going to be.
Right.
But
Right.
in
Right.
light with this paragraph we've read, I'm saying that you don't give up at the first obstacle or challenge that you meet. That's what
Right.
we as a people have to learn because we're not very forceful, we're not very pushy. And
Mm-hmm.
if somebody says one or two things, then we are done. We've given up.
Yes. Yeah.
Approval addiction, as Mr. Martin said this afternoon. Yes. Mhm.
And from your Edison story, it seems like anything significant or anything worth having always faces these kinds of things. You don't get it as smooth as you might get something that is
Yes.
not really relevant.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we should note
Yes.
that when we're facing
Hmm.
adversity and
Hmm.
I mean barriers,
You have to keep
it's
trying.
something worth fighting for. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. You have to push yourself. Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. And even this COVID thing is. like it's a huge example because
Mm-hmm.
it came like a barrier, a limitation, but it has
Mm-hmm.
its positive sides. It has, for me, I've learned a lot since the COVID because I had just
Mm-hmm.
joined a company and they were doing
Mm-hmm.
meetings. And
Mm-hmm.
although I was actually learning from my the one who introduced me, my upline, the
Mm-hmm.
COVID thing made it such that everything was online now, and I was enjoying
Mm-hmm.
everything just like I was there.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah,
so that's one
a lot
huge thing
happened.
I got from
Yeah,
COVID.
yeah,
And
a lot happened. Yeah, you don't know the amount of. I mean, it's full of sad stories and all that, but people have innovated. If you people were to tell you what they've made, the money people have made because of COVID, because
yeah,
when you are put into extreme circumstances, it forces what is inside you to come out. So
right,
people had to be innovative. Maybe some lady is working, or the business or office is closed down. She came to sit at home. She picked up her sewing, whatever she was doing. She's into
yeah,
business. She's doing all kinds of things. Just
yeah,
so much went on. Yeah. So we
yeah,
can never give up. We have to keep
right,
trying.
right, right. Okay. So I'll read the second paragraph and then
Hmm.
I'll look at the first reflection after that.
Okay.
Beloved woman, it is time to break out. You are limiting yourself because people may have placed labels on you. Your peers, other individuals, or even your significant other may not even be your champion in the pursuit of your passion. Should that stop you? That's a big answer. And yeah, from from previous discussion, it's a big
Hmm.
no, no
Hmm.
matter what. Because I
Hmm.
always say that your passion is yours. You're the one who sees
Hmm.
it. I mean,
Yes.
some other person might understand you, but
Hmm.
you feel it, you see it, and you know how fulfilling it will be when you actually
Yes.
pursue and accomplish it. So it's
Hmm.
up to you to do
Hmm.
it. And afterwards, you can get people to buy into it when it's done.
Hmm.
Most of the
Hmm.
time, you have to accomplish it for other people to buy into it. So if you wait for
Yes.
people to buy into your vision or your passion before you
Hmm.
do it, you would never do
You're
it.
never going anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like they say, you are the only one who got the memo. They did
Yes.
they didn't get the memo. So you have to ignore those voices and carry on. And it
Right.
can be very painful, But if you are looking for approval from certain people because
Right.
they don't understand your vision, they can't give that approval. But the thing about it is that so you just keep at it, you just do it.
Right. Right.
And it's whether they agree or they don't agree, you are doing it regardless because it's you. If you don't do it, you'll be sitting there, you feel like there's a log on you, you feel heavy in the chest, and you go, there's
Mm-hmm.
something I'm supposed to be doing, there's something I'm supposed to be doing. And then meanwhile, time is ticking away. Tick tock, tick tock. Do you know
Yeah.
when you have? Do you know how long you have to live? And so a lot of us, especially the women, in the name of marriage, my children, this and that, so we don't do things for ourselves. And when
Mm-hmm.
you say it, people think, oh, haven't you whipped this horse to death already? But it's still a
Yeah.
problem.
It
we
is.
we we deceive ourselves. We think, oh, I'm happy, oh, I'm busy, I'm doing this. We say that because we are so afraid to take the first step. We are so scared. Oh, I don't
Yeah.
know what will happen. Oh, and we won't try. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, let me read Pastor Patience's comment and we'll
Okay.
continue. She says, spirits of vain makes you waste. You work hard for everything that's supposed to be honored, but can never receive any recognition. It is always being given to another person who doesn't deserve it. Thank you. That is exactly what
That's
was
what you
going
were
on.
talking
Thank
about.
you.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's happened a lot of times. A lot of people have gone through that too. Or you are
Okay. So,
discounted.
yeah.
Somebody might have a gift in them, but you discount them because you feel that they don't fit your idea
Mm.
of what should, yeah. And so the person is sitting there, and it's not right either, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Because we say that we're in life, and even if it's in a church, you are there to grow.
Mm-hmm.
So why should you look at me or look at somebody else and say, oh, because they don't fit what you are thinking in your mind, they can't do anything.
Right.
Hello, Miss Sage.
Hello, Miss
Welcome.
Sage.
Welcome aboard.
Um, while we're talking about the significant other one, because I think
Mhm,
that it's a really relevant, and I think it
mhm.
has a lot of impact on why people don't actually
Yes.
do it. But um, how or what advice would you give someone who's going through that? But it's not just you can't do it, but it's
Mhm.
also causing a lot of conflict and strife and in the home
Okay.
where you're
So
being looked at as a disobedient, you know,
disobedient. Wow.
wife. Yeah, one of the
So
labels. Yep.
yes, yes.
Yes.
But you know something, it takes, and this is how I'm thinking through it, it takes somebody with an open mind to be able to allow a person to be and to do what they are called to do. Not
Mm-hmm.
many people can handle that.
Right.
Not many people can handle that. Like for myself, I'm the kind of person that if you tell me not to do something, and I know that if I do it, it's not hurting you, it's not hurting other people, I know that I will do it. I'm going to do it. And I'll explain, right?
Right.
It's like I'm here. It's not like my husband knows that I like riding, but it's not his thing. So am I
Right.
going to look at him and say that because of him or because of his whatever, I'm not going to write? I will do it. So I'm
Yeah.
trying to tell women that regardless of whatever is going on in your situation, you have to do what you have to do. And the other part of it is financial independence.
Yes.
Because if you want to do things and you don't have a little money of your own, I'm not talking about, I mean, money that you think you're hiding from your husband or whatever, but you still, as a woman, you need to be independent enough to say that if I'm going to pursue my vision, I need to be able to back it up with the finance.
Mm-hmm.
So, so without it having an impact on the main coffers, because a lot of
Right.
men use that as an excuse to keep their wives down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's no money, you can't do it now. And so you can't do it now. 1 month becomes 3 months, then it becomes a year, three, four, five, what have you. And then the wife is seething. She's sitting there seething. She's almost ready to blow up. And all this creates bitterness. And, meanwhile, maybe he's pursuing his whatever he wants to pursue.
Oh
And
yeah.
a lot of women make that sacrifice that, oh, okay, I'm going to help you
You'll
to
be
do this, to
saving.
go to school, to
Mm-hmm.
do this. Then some of them turn around and they are looking down on those same women,
Hmm.
those same women. So the best thing you can do is that both of you have to plan this. That I'm going to do this. You can, like you both are open about it. But for me, I'm just saying that I came alone. This is what I say. We sometimes we let the love factor deceive us too much. And I'm
Yeah.
not being cynical, I'm being very
It's
practical.
very real.
Love,
Yeah.
love, love. And so you lose yourself because of love. Take the blinders off. This is how I put it. Yeah, you've heard me say it before. When I was being born, my husband was not there.
Mm-hmm.
And when he was being born, I was not standing there. We
Yeah.
happened to meet. So you need to know that you came alone. There's something inside you that has to come out. God put it there. So find out what
Yes.
it is and do it and stop saying, oh, our career, this, that, all kinds of flimsy excuses. It's marriage is not going to take you to heaven. It's a good thing, it's a lovely thing, but you need to make sure that you are also doing what you are here to do.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Because that's the only way that you would feel fulfilled on this earth.
Yes.
Else we just go through. Oh, we still have 5 minutes. Okay.
Oh, okay, time.
We
Mm.
have, yeah. Okay, so, okay, this next paragraph is very small and it's connected to the other one. So the
Mhm.
question is, why can't women be whoever they want to be? We seem to be restricted in all spheres of life, homework, and even the church. And we have talked a lot about this.
Yes.
And yeah, I'm always really strongly in something. I can't rest till it's done. So sometimes it's seen as if you're stubborn because no matter what, you're
Mhm.
going to do whatever. But
Mhm.
once I know that I sat you down, I explained
Mhm.
everything. I mean, it's not like it was out of the blue and I did it. I mean, that would be seem
Mhm.
as if you are inconsiderate because you're living
Mhm.
the life together, although we're two separate
Mhm.
people, we're on a journey
Mhm.
together, and um,
Mhm.
it's good to be supported by your spouse. But if
Mhm.
not, then yes, you have to go alone, and they will see.
Mhm.
I mean, they'll see the fruits. So it's up to you
Mhm.
to make sure that you succeed in whatever and give it your
Mhm.
all and be
Yes.
able to come out of it, yeah,
Mhm.
successfully. So that takes us back to when you meet the hurdles, apart from the first limitation of not getting the
Mhm.
support of your partner or whatever, you're going to meet
Mhm.
other limitations and
Yes.
barriers. But if at the first barrier you quit, then it means that whatever they said was right or whatever.
Yes.
It means
Yes.
it wasn't worth pursuing. Okay, that's how I
Mhm.
should put it.
Mhm.
So let's not quit when
Mhm.
we know it is our passion, and our passions usually tells us what God has placed us on earth, our
Mhm.
purpose here on earth. Usually,
Yeah.
you find that in your passion and stuff that you can't really rest until um, you start doing something about it.
Mhm.
So, and at the book lunch, at the book
Mhm.
lunch, I heard a story about a recipe. You know, I'm also writing recipes. So when she said
Okay.
the lady had the recipe
And she's
and it
been
was
sitting
just
on it.
sitting there, yeah,
Yeah.
I
Marie,
was
Marie,
like
Marie,
laughing my
Marie
head
said,
off.
Marie told us, yes, because we have some things and then we
Put it
park it.
aside. Yeah,
Yeah. And it's
yeah,
sitting there. Mhm.
yeah. So let's go out and accomplish whatever we're put here on earth to. It's not about your nine to five jobs or whatever.
No,
Those don't
no,
give
no,
fulfillment. They're good
no.
for the money, but
Yeah.
your actual purpose on earth is what is going to make you feel fulfilled
Mhm.
here on earth.
And
Um,
this is how Mr. Chamatin once explained this about your 9 to 5, like holding you ransom. You are beholden to somebody
that's
for
a good
30
way to
years,
say
whatever. Yeah. And
good
then maybe
humans.
if you were when we're afraid to branch out on our own and do business because of course it's
Yes,
risky, but
yes.
other people have done it. But we as a whole, we are not really like risk takers.
Hmm.
Like when you tell people right now, oh, business online, this, oh, what does that mean? All we know is that you have to go do physical jobs, two, three, and then you are really working hard. I
Yes.
always say, wouldn't you love to get used to the concept of you are asleep and then something is making money for you? Some like
And you know that
we are
the generation now understands it more than we do.
yes, yes,
There
they
are a
do.
lot of 20-year-olds who are just making money and
Yes,
not from going out there to work
no,
per se, but
no,
and I think
they
we
are
should learn
online.
from them because they understand it better.
Exactly.
Yeah, we
Yes,
should
yes,
learn from them.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly. So it's time for commercial.
Commercial break. Okay.
love the sound of the clapping.
The-
Yeah, Nature Award. And the book again is The Beauty of a Woman's Heart, which was launched yesterday. That
yes.
was awesome. It was an awesome event.
Yeah.
And this book has a lot of nuggets. It's a
Mm.
powerful book. I urge you to get
Yes,
out
it
and get a copy. Get your copy. You don't know what you're missing. Go on Amazon and get your copy. Amazon in Canada, US, France, Spain, Germany, Italy, and in Novi Books, and be blessed. As well, you can put it into women's groups, even men's group, because they can, young men, they can figure out how to, interact and how to
is.
treat women, and also church groups.
Yeah.
Yes, it is a great thing. It's a good, it's a I don't know what to say. It's just a
And
motivating, inspirational,
it's
and
not
point of view.
it's not even understanding women per se. They can actually use all these nuggets in their lives as
In
well,
their
right?
lives. Yes.
Just that it's us who have a lot of limitations, and I mean the
Barry.
issues in these
Yes.
books, but
Yes.
this book can be used in several ways, also to impact the next generation. If you
Mm-hmm.
have children, I mean, not just your daughters, but your sons, so they know how
Mm-hmm.
to treat women and, you know, also be independent as well and not depend on
Mm-hmm.
women for the things
Exactly.
that we think women should be doing for men and all those kinds of
Mm-hmm.
things. Yes. So
Yes.
as we read it
I'll
to
read
better
some
our
comments.
lives, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, I was
There's a
just
few
going to
comments.
repeat. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm just going to read through the comments and then Ajua says, "Oh, greetings and more grace to you both, my dear, knowledgeable, beautiful sisters." Hello, Ajua. We welcome you. Thank you
Great
for
to be
coming
again.
along. And Pastor P says, every gift we have will be fought by family, friends, society, and enemies as well. Never let them stop you. Pursue your dreams and ambitions. You all hear that? Thank you. Thank
Mm-hmm.
you. That is priceless. And Miss Sage says, congratulations again, Auntie Yaa'S, for the book launch. It was amazing. I enjoyed it. Thank you.
It was
Thank you. Thank you
great.
for all your
Yeah,
support.
yeah.
Appreciate you all. Okay.
Okay, so hold on the excuse me. All right, so the next paragraph says,
Mm-hmm.
excuse me. Doing God's work, but some are seeking glory for themselves. Imagine hearing this in the most unlikely place you would think, church, only because you dare to write. All the books in the Christian bookstores have the authors' names on them, right? What were they trying to say?
Oh, they're carrying you.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
This way we know whose book we are buying. Or imagine hearing this as well. Do things when you're young, not when you're old. Right after a post about doing things in your old age, you'll be chastised and put in your place, but don't give up. Keep moving, don't stop. Learn to dance to your own drum, dear woman.
Yeah, the
um,
mistake that we make in our community, and it takes you a long time, or some of us, it took us a long time to figure it out and get out of it or snap out of it.
mhm,
We have this thing in our culture that we love God or we love the Lord so much that it would seem that when you get into a church situation, the church feels that they've taken over your life or almost like they own you. So everything that you do has to be geared towards church. You can't have your own life, go and do things, or have your own ambitions. So
right.
you start writing and then you get negative comments like that, right? So you hear
Yeah.
something like people are seeking glory for themselves. What is the glory seeking in it? Somebody is working on their talent or their gift, right? So I'm just saying, like, this is the like, if you don't figure it out and you think because we are so caught and my mind is racing, so the words are not even coming out properly. But I don't know if it's a product of how the society is. So every time somebody has to be boss and somebody has to be low, so you get
Right.
controlled So there's
Right.
always that control thing going up. So we are so used to it that we don't speak up or we don't balk against it. And so we are just stuck in it. If you don't
Mm-hmm.
know better, then you keep sitting there. So maybe if I had kept sitting there, I wouldn't have written any books because
Mm-hmm.
I'm there. And instead of somebody saying, "Hey, I see this in you, do this," rather you become a problem, right?
Because I mean, when you get a comment like that, you feel like you're rebelling if the person is,
Yes.
especially, yeah,
Hmm.
at the top. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Because why do we go get into these situations where you go in and you are the best thing since sliced bread, and then down the line, then you are a public enemy number one.
Mm.
So it's this is education. Like, I mean, I wrote this a long time ago. I was reading it, and being the typical whatever, I'd have said, oh, maybe in hindsight, if I was a coward, I would say to myself, in hindsight, I shouldn't have written this, but I need to tell the story so people know, because somebody
Yes.
could be going through it and they'll say, hey, this doesn't seem right. Let
Yeah.
me think about it. Ajua says, hello, lovely sisters. It's always a pleasure to be in this educative and incredible platform. Thank you, my dear. You are awesome.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
And the old age thing too. I'd
Mm-hmm.
like you
Well,
to encourage, because at every point in time you're old. Because in your
yeah.
30s, you feel that I didn't do something when I was 20.
Mm-hmm.
So do you not do it? And you don't know
You
how
still
long.
you still do it. Don't
Yeah.
don't don't do that. Like, actually in the next paragraph you'll see the answer. Don't
Okay.
stop yourself, because people, what I like about this part of the world is that people don't care. You can see a
Yes.
55-year-old person and they are in the classroom, they say they are learning to be a lawyer, and they'll
Mm-hmm.
do it,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, maybe they've gone one way, oh, I'm going this way. Then they decide, oh, I want to go that way.
Change
And they
path.
change and
Yeah.
they go and do it.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
not that they don't have challenges, they do, but they it's something they want. So they go after it with all that is in them. But we don't
Exactly.
have that push, vim, verve, that spirit that, oh,
Yeah.
push, do it.
Yeah.
And so because we can't do it, being typical women, especially as, oh, then the comments and the whatever start, because
Yes.
the person is doing something you can't
You
do.
can do.
Not that
Mm.
you can also do it, but you've just given up on yourself. Let me put it that way.
And you want people around you.
Yeah, because
It's
seriously, yeah, when I think about it, anybody can write a book. It's not it's not something, even you can get somebody to even write it for you.
for
Do
you.
you get what I
Yeah.
mean?
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
So it's,
Yeah.
if you want to, there's people who've gone through something. Let's say they are dealing with a situation. Maybe they have a particular situation, they want to write about it. They don't have the time to write. You can put your thoughts together, contract somebody to do the writing for, but there's
Right.
an agreement, right?
That's
So
true. Yeah.
anything is possible, but we sit there and think that, oh, this person did that, and then it becomes, no,
And
no, you
instead
can
of
become
being
a
that,
pilot if you want to be. Just go and learn how to fly. So, I mean, it will take some, nothing is impossible.
yes. And nothing worth having comes easy as
No,
well. So
if it comes
we
easy,
have,
then there's an issue.
yeah. So we have to be prepared to go through whatever to achieve
Mhm, mhm,
whatever we set our minds to do. I'm looking at the first reflection, which says that what barriers are you facing in life right now? I have a huge barrier. I can't really go into detail,
mhm,
but to get around it, and it's kind of brought me to a place where it's like you can't really move forward, kind of thing.
mhm,
But in order for me not to go insane, I'm
mhm,
trying to get things done that when
mhm,
that barrier is removed, I can use to go
mhm.
through. So
Yeah.
that's keeping me busy and
Yes. Yes.
it's working for me. So yeah.
That's the important thing, rather than sit there and
Mm.
slowly be, oh, you took action. The important thing is always to have a plan, even if it's a little itty bit, do it, try it,
Right. Right.
yes. And then
Right.
as you're going along the path, something even will open, a new idea, something will
Yeah.
come along
Yeah.
to keep keep you going rather than give up, because there's no point in sitting still. What for? You're just
Because
wasting time, right?
it's true.
The
True.
age thing, it doesn't matter. You can do it when, look, do you know there's young girls doing things, 10-year-olds, 12-year-olds who have their companies doing all kinds of things.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true.
And so
That's true.
we, especially as for in our culture, we can say, oh, now this little child, what are they doing, this, that. If they can do it, then you, the 60-year-old or 50 or whatever, you can also stop putting yourself in this box, because we could
Box.
put that child in the box and say, oh, you're not even 20, what are you doing, sit down, you
Yeah.
know.
That's
Yeah,
true.
and
Yeah.
we do that a lot.
You do that. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. Hmm.
so
Okay.
yeah,
You
for me,
said the answer is. No,
the
go ahead.
barriers that I face is that, like, there's so many things that I want to do. Like, I have lists, I'll write things down, but then
Time.
you are still working time. You're still
Yes.
working. So after work, you only have so many hours, and then you do some, but some get left. But
Yeah.
then you tell yourself, I wish I was retired so I had 7.5 hours to do this. But the 7.5 hours, I'm sure, will come, and then you'll be sleeping, and then you wake up at 11, and your day, it's planning. It's like
It
planning,
is planning.
planning. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's like before, the ideas used to be just in the head and you're just walking around. But now we know that you write
You have
things
to write
down.
it
Like,
down. Yeah.
because if the ideas had been in my head, maybe I wouldn't have started doing blog posts and even get to write a book.
Mm.
So, whatever, when something comes to you, the dollar store, Dollar Tree, wherever, little notebooks, they are a dollar. I have some, they're all over the place, but I went and picked up 4 more last week, because I'm like, every time something new comes up, a new area, you go, okay, the comments need to be in this book, so I know where it is and I can go find it, right?
Yeah.
Like now, I'm looking at things to do with book leverages. So if you find something, okay, write comments in this book, this, that. You have to, when you see things, you write things down that I want to do something, and next time you pick up the book, then, oh yeah, I have to do this. But if it's in your head and it's not on paper, then it will never get done, right?
You even forget about it, remember, and then it's not time to do it, and then yeah.
Excuses, yes.
Excuses, excuses. Oh yeah, the Dollarama books, and they're really pretty books.
Yes, yes. Colorful.
Oh yeah. Okay, so the next paragraph. Interestingly, I read an article recently about a woman who is 101 years old and just wrote her first book of poetry. Yes, 101. How awesome is that? She is such an inspiration to some of us. I was so encouraged. Do not let opposition or adversity stop you from pursuing your goals. What if I had cowered or been intimidated by what I heard? I did not let those comments deter me, but I kept on pushing. Do not let anybody stop you from using your God given talents for His glory. Oh, they tried, but I am free at last to write to my heart's content. Sounds like a freedom movie.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, we there's something that we don't know. I mean, some of us do, but when we're speaking broadly as a nation, as a people, we don't know how to be gracious, and we don't know the concept of there's room enough at the table for all of us.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we allow what is in people to intimidate us, you know? It's like, I can't do what Ya Russell does, right? And she may also say, well, I haven't thought of writing a book yet, but we can complement each. There's things
Yes,
like we can
yes,
learn from people. It's not, you know, we feel so threatened by each other. Is
yeah.
it, I don't know
Like
if
it's a
it's a,
competition.
yes, we have a complex, and so we can't allow people. We feel that if I give this person too much room, maybe they'll come and overtake me or this or that.
Mhm.
But no,
Mhm.
you have to be happy watching other people bloom or helping people. But it's like, it's very sad. And this is a thing, especially for women, right?
Yeah, yeah, we are
I
our
mean, the
own
men too.
adversities.
The men too, because, they'll keep you out of doing things if you are, you
Oh
know,
yeah, just to put you down.
yeah. And sometimes
Yeah,
egos have to be stroked. They like people who come and stroke their egos and don't won't challenge them or anything. But if you are somebody who wants to ask questions or do things, then you are perceived as a threat, but you are asking from a good place, right?
right,
Because there
right.
are people who won't even ask anything, and maybe if you ask and they hear the answer. Yes. Oh, Message says a couple of sayings: make hay while the sun shines, strike while the iron is hot. Thank you. Exactly.
Very true.
We're
Yeah,
wasting time. We're
yeah,
wasting
yeah,
time. The best thing you can do for yourself is that, in the morning when you get up, have a plan of what you're going to do that day. And then when at the end of the day, check and see if you've done them, right? But if
yeah.
you're not and you go, oh, I'm up today, and you are just wandering here, wandering there, before you know it, 1 week has passed by, and then it's two. And then when I first came here, I have a cousin who used to say that, oh, if there's something that you're supposed to do in winter and you don't do it when in winter, the time has passed. I'm like, what is he talking about? What does he mean? But I get it. There's a season, there's a time.
There's a season
And
for
if you
everything.
miss
Yeah,
the season, then maybe the next season will be too late. It should have been
right,
done last time,
right,
right?
right,
So
right. And time passes really quickly. Like
yes.
yeah,
Well, July, right? What is today? It's July 25th
July.
already.
July
Didn't we
was like a wind. It just
didn't we just start it? Yes.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So get up and get moving. Whatever has
Mm-hmm.
been placed on your heart, get
Mm-hmm.
moving and start getting um to accomplish it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So the second reflection: have you accepted them, or are you working to remove them? So that is the barriers. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I haven't accepted them, but yeah, I'm still working through some.
Mm-hmm.
Some Auntie Ya helped me in one of it. I keep saying it.
Which one talking?
Yes, doing
Mm-hmm.
lives. It was like it was on my mind. I was writing stuff down and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that, but I never got to doing it till
Mm-hmm.
every week I'd get a text from her. So it's also good to surround yourself by people that are positive or like-minded.
Yeah.
Like if you want to achieve big things, you surround yourself by people who also think in like manner, like they want to
Yes.
accomplish something.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it wasn't for her text, I'll still be, I guess,
Sit-
waiting to like be perfect,
Yeah.
and I would
Yeah.
never have
Yeah.
started it. So yeah, yeah,
Yeah. That's the thing. Like for me, it's like, okay, the barriers, barriers come up at every stage that you get to, but you have to get rid of it. And
right,
for me, even I'm going to use the age factor. It's like I said, when you are in the 20s, you are insecure, you are whatever. 30s, you are kind of, I don't know. When you hit 40s, you go, oh, come on. And then 50s, so it's like, whatever. Now 60, I'm like, who's going to come and tell me to stop anything?
yeah,
Like, I don't need to listen to you. I'll do what I have to do because you have to just do it. That's all
right,
that. Yeah,
right,
just do it.
right.
Who's going to stop you?
Nobody.
Unless you are insecure and you want to go around seeking everybody's approval before you do something, like you are asking their permission. And of course, they will give you permission.
They'll
Yeah.
show you how to live. Yeah.
Yes. So, no.
Okay. Um.
But
Next
seriously, like you and I answered the question, but for the woman out there,
question. Mm-hmm.
what points, we've said it, I'm sure they get it, but
Yeah.
let's highlight, some points for them to work with.
Okay. I was looking at how to, you might not even know that you're having like limiting. Sometimes it comes from us, ourselves. We're fighting ourselves with our thoughts, and just like it was happening in my situation, it wasn't somebody stopping me. It was just me, myself, being my own barrier. And so I was looking at how to recognize thoughts that are limiting, and it said that you have to write down your beliefs, what you strongly believe in, and then you look at the beliefs that you have and see which ones that help you grow, because and then which ones that when you look at would actually bring you down or would make you recede instead in life. So whatever you feel strongly about, your beliefs, you write them down. And then also you check for toxic behaviors that you yourself you exhibit. And an example was when you're afraid to be not confrontational, but you just avoid every kind of conflict,
Yes.
because when you're in a
Fear.
relationship, definitely there will be conflict at some point in time. So when you believe in not dealing in conflict at all, that is very limiting, because there's no way you're going to get any meaningful, genuine relationship, be it man, woman, friendship, family, whatever kind of relationship, if you avoid conflict at all costs. That's one um, behavior that is toxic and it's very limiting. So we have to actually do our checks and balances and get to know ourselves, our thoughts, our actions, what drives it, and then would be able to see whether it's limiting or not. And then, yeah,
Because what you're saying is like thinking. It's important to think and reflect on where you are at or where you want to go. But
right.
I saw something now, I don't remember it, but it says something like thinking is very difficult. That's why a lot of people don't do it. Like you're talking of avoiding conflict, for example, right? And so you are in a relationship and your husband is telling you you can't do this because of this reason. And
Right.
you know that you really wish, you really yearn to, but because you've made yourself into some good woman or whatever, oh, this, you're sitting there, meanwhile, it's bothering you. But if you knew how to um, verbalize what you need, you would go to him and say, look, I know you said this, but let's sit down and revisit this because this is
Yes.
important to me.
Yes.
This is what I'll get out of doing it. This is
Yes.
what will happen if I don't get to do it. And you, the man, you have to think and analyze it. Do you want a happy wife or do you want a miserable home? You know?
Yeah.
So it's the back and forth. And some don't want to talk or don't like to talk, but you have to make them talk. You
Yeah.
know, at the
That's
end
true.
of the day, you are in a relationship, but you shouldn't be so, it shouldn't become a prison or confining such that you can't even live out your dreams.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah, so
one-sided
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Anything that is done comes from one person and one person alone.
And you know the sad thing, I was just throwing in this comment that usually when you go and look at some of these stories or issues from where we are from, and it's to do with something to do with a woman and how the woman is doing this to please the man or something. Oh, you should see the comments that the men put. Oh, they are so happy, so whatever. And I say to
Because
myself,
that's the perfect wife.
yes. And I say to myself, but what about they flip it the other way and what you can do for that person? It's always about women pleasing the men. But in a husband wife relationship, both of you need to be like there's the common goal of your union, things you are doing together, and things you want to achieve individually.
Yeah.
And so if somebody is sitting on what they are supposed to be doing individually, it doesn't make for a happy
No.
it shows up later in the relationship.
Yeah.
It shows up.
Yeah.
But
That's why they have a saying here. One of Sean's best sayings, favorite. Happy wife, happy life.
exactly. But
Yep.
you know, we don't get it.
Yeah. Okay. And then we'll look into how to get over it um, after our readings. We still have 4 minutes to do it, but
Oh, so you go to the next paragraph.
I wanted to go to the next paragraph when we come back
Oh, okay. Okay, well,
because it's
so
like,
I
yeah,
yeah, I can go now.
yeah.
Oh, I forgot to put the banner up again. I'll do it after the break. Oh, let's see. Okay. Hello, and we're back. And the book again is The Beauty of a Woman's Heart, your latest bestseller. The book launch was yesterday. The book launch was yesterday. If you want to see it, it's on my page. It's on this page with Auntie Yaa'S Book Corner. The YouTube version is on there. Or I think I posted the Facebook version so you can have a look at it. It's to be found on Amazon, US, Canada, France, Germany, Spain, Italy, and Innovi Books as well. Just rush out and get your copy. And while you're at it, write a review. Okay. So, yes, there's more exciting things to come with this book. So, watch this platform for it. Let's read these comments. Adra says some couples enjoy the constant conflicts because I had a few individuals who experienced their their sexual activities, which they called makeup sex, was better. Shaking my head, the dysfunctional thinking seems to be more dominant. Yes, instead
Yeah.
of focusing on, yeah, well,
That's the
this is
other
the thing.
extreme end as well. Yeah.
Yes. Greetings,
Hi,
Nana
Nana
Kose.
Kose.
How is life? Oh, yes. This is commercial hour, I suppose. I
Yes,
forgot all
it
that.
is.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Let's see where are the banners.
Evergreen.
So I'm looking for these banners and I can't find them.
Okay, I can
No,
talk.
I'll get it. It's I was on the banners instead of at the brand area. I'm like, oh yeah, sure.
Yes. Yeah, Russell Hints. It's all about 100% natural health and beauty. So on all my social media handles, it's at Yeah Russell Hints. And on Facebook is Yeah Boatima Boating Russell. And you should check it out. I'm not going to talk a lot about it. Feminine hygiene gel, the best in the world. It does balances the microbes of the vagina that no other gel does. So yeah,
And try the
that's
Advil.
the
You fufu
the
eaters.
the
It break
Adol
it down
breaks
for
down
you.
carbs and proteins, and it does that right.
Yes.
I think I'll do a demonstration next week. I keep
Mm,
saying it, but
yes.
yeah.
Yes.
So
It breaks it down marvelously. I'd
it
say.
has.
And we have Shila's Kitchen, Miss Amajo Adamson. She's in Fort Saskatchewan, just a 25-minute drive out of Edmonton, Alberta. When you're coming into the city, do contact her. Her website is shilakitchen.com. Her number is 403-671-6200 for delightful selection of meals of her menu. And let's see. Lunchtime talks with Miss Awomrekwa every Friday, 1 p.m. UK time. And EPA Worldwide, Miss Mamle Yoko Godwin. She has incredible videos on parental alienation, so do check her out. There's Juice Plus and Avon, Miss Aisha Ankara, who is in Britain. So again, contact her. And who else? This commercial hour is not going well. I can't find everything. Sage's Shea. Miss Sage has a variety of shea products, hand creams, um, African jewelry, African t-shirts, different things. Very, very lovely. Do check her out, okay? Dreamers and Visionaries with the incredible Pastor Patience Edward, Sundays, 3 p.m. Eastern. It's very engaging and motivating. I don't have words for it, but do DM her if you need more information. And there's Miss Ajua Odomensa page, Fridays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. She has educative programs, and Saturdays at 3 p.m. Eastern, she's on with our very own Reverend Samuel Okoso from Ghana on marriage programs. So this past Saturday, they were talking about issues, difficulties, and problems in relationships. And so on Saturday, they'll be doing friendships and family relationships. So do join them. I hope that I have got everybody, so we can move on. There's some comments. Ajua says, I meant who expressed their experiences on social media about getting into arguments and conflicts, elevating their attraction. Oh my goodness. I know. Awesome on the advert graphics. Thank you. Okay. So yeah, we can continue.
Okay.
Actually, let me bring up the banner because even though we are reading, people may
Yeah,
not.
it's been
It was
off for a
hiding
long
my
time now.
my
Yeah.
face. Yeah, we haven't looked at it for a while. So today we've been talking about stepping stones, barriers, blockades, limitations, restrictions on pages 183 to 186.
Okay, so the next paragraph. There are women who have stayed too long on Mount Horeb. Deuteronomy 1:6. It is time to move on, dear woman. Take that step and move your foot to the next rung on the ladder. Stop stagnating. Take those little steps to get you out of your comfort zone. The comfort zone is comfortable. I mean,
Very, very
and
comfortable.
it's something you're used to.
Hmm.
So it becomes really tough getting out of there. How do you propose we do that?
Well, you have to be willing, right? But
Yeah.
I mean, it starts with like we were saying before, right? You need to be reflective. How many of us sit down and take stock of what we are doing, or you know, where have I come from? What have I accomplished? Whatever I've wanted to do in life, and then you bring it forward and say, okay, where am I now? Why haven't I? What is stopping me from doing this particular thing?
Yeah.
And maybe writing it out, or even we should help ourselves by taking responsibility, because you can't just sit there and think somebody else is going to come and do it.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
And then to even, you have to think the thinking thing, think that, okay, who do I know who's done this particular thing that I want to do? Or
Yes.
even who do I know around? I'm finding it hard, but even if you don't know anybody who's done that particular thing, you say, who do I know, which positive person, or somebody who's productive, outgoing, that I
Mm-hmm.
can talk to for advice, that they
Mm-hmm.
might say a word or two into my spirits to push me, right? It's almost
Yes.
like you need accountability partner, somebody to say, hey, get off your butt and get going,
Mm-hmm.
stop
Mm-hmm.
staying there, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we rather choose, like, a lot of women, and have heard this around, that when you want to go someplace, sometimes you have to lose some friends, Like I've seen a comment on a platform before, a lady had said when she started doing that work, she's lost a lot of friends, but she's happy.
Yeah.
So, which means that those friends were not the kind to help her to get to where she wanted to go to.
Yes.
And when that is happening too, they will call you names. They will call you names. Yes,
Yeah.
unbelievably, the most shocking thing I've heard this weekend is being said about me that I'm a very selfish person.
What
Yeah.
did you do?
I don't know. And it's a family member. So, things like that. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you get things like that. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it's crazy. It's
Oh, yeah.
crazy.
I
So
understand. Especially when you know how to say no to some things.
yes,
Because
they
it's
don't
not
like you.
every event that I will go to. I'll tell you straight
Yes,
up, I
yes,
cannot.
yes.
So if
You
that
when you
makes me
put
selfish, so be it.
mhm. People are used to treating you a certain way, or there's a certain dynamic, right? A
Yeah.
certain pattern. It could be family pattern, friendship, whatever. And then
Yeah.
when you refuse to play that, and then everybody is up in arms, right? And
Yeah.
you need to stand your ground. Since you're saying reality truth, you need to stand your ground and say, it's the same thing that I said, about my husband wasn't there when I was born, and I wasn't there when he was born.
Yeah.
So we can be from the same family, but we're on different paths.
True. Oops.
Do you get
Yep.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes, we've
Yeah.
grown up and gone our ways, and we are living different lives, and you have to accept people for who they are. You can't, like, I can't live for you, you can't live for me, and I'm not going to apologize for how I choose to live my life.
Yeah.
It's only one life to live.
One life.
She was the host, Margie was the moderator. Yes, it's on YouTube.
Yes. Yes. Oh, yeah. So that's what you watched. Yeah.
Yeah, I can send you the link after.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's comfortable, but you need to get out of it. Sometimes you need to stop being comfortable being a victim, right? Sitting there and woe is me, oh this, that. What is the next thing you can do?
Mm,
Look, people have gone through a lot of things and they use it to, I always say that in this part of the world, people use something that was a tragedy or whatever to reach out and advocate and do things for people.
yeah.
You hear somebody's child, something happened to them, and then you hear the Sarah's law or this or that. They fight and they push and they advocate. So it's
Yeah.
something that we have to, the human spirit is very strong. Even strong is not, I don't know what word to use to
To
describe it.
describe.
So for you to just sit there and let your spirit just die away, your soul is not happy. It will
You
never
can
be
kill
happy. Like,
yourself doing that.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Not living the life that you know you are supposed to live. And when you
Mm,
say living the life, I mean, money will be good, everything, but every day you wake up and you're doing something you love to do, you feel good, so that it's
even when you
awakening
don't
us.
have the money, although yes, as
Yes,
Auntie Yaa'S
it's
said, money is
awakening.
good, but
It's awakening your
it's
senses.
true.
Like we need the money too, but
Yeah.
what I'm saying is not that you have to be living in a flashy house and this and that because the very rich people too doesn't mean they are all happy. But I'm saying that
Mm-hmm.
just that sense of abundance or cultivating an attitude like being grateful. Lining things up. Don't just sit there and say, "Oh, I can't do this," or "Woe is me," or this or that. It gets tiring after a while.
It
It
does.
does, no matter what it is. Like, don't feel sorry for yourself. You can do something with what you have.
And even
Yeah.
people around you, it drains you when you're around people
Yes.
like that. It's very draining.
They get tired. After a while, they
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
move off. Nobody
Yeah.
wants to hear the same story all over again, all the time.
Yes. So get up and get moving, even when
Hmm.
you're scared. Because
Yes.
I'm the
Listen.
I'm like an introvert. Like, I realized something. I
Hmm.
recorded a video. I thought it was all bubbly. And then when I watched it, it was like very low tone and I was shocked. Because
But you said you were
I,
all bubbly.
that's how I felt inside.
Hmm.
Like
But
I
it
was
came
doing
out
it.
low. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the whole
Oh
presentation, I
wow.
felt that I was giving off,
Mm-hmm.
so, but it was really low. I'm an
Mm-hmm.
introvert, and I was actually scared to come on camera, but I did it
Okay.
anyway.
Okay.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
keep using that because it's a huge thing for me. Like there was
Mm-hmm.
no way I
Way
would
you were going to do it. Yeah.
come on. Yeah, but yeah, here I am.
You just got to keep going, eh? Yeah.
Yes. So
And I mean, you are happy like now you're able to say, "Hey, I've overcome this. I'm in it
yes,
now."
yes,
Like
yeah,
they say, when you are scared of something, the best way forward is to just jump in.
right.
Just do it. Yeah, just
Yeah,
jump in, and you go, "Oh,
yeah.
okay, I did it. What's next?" Yeah.
Yes. I mean, you're not going to die from whatever it
No,
is.
no, no,
Yeah.
no.
So, um, I'll look at the last paragraph. Or are there any comments? The answers are in the book.
He said the answers are in the book, or take the Reader's Digest version. I watch the History Channel. Nana ko say, I say I was given off, I say,
Hmm, okay.
okay, no,
So
I'll
there
stop
are,
stagnating.
mhm,
The
yeah,
stagnating is,
those little,
a lot of people, they sit there and then you realize that, oh, life has gone by. I wish I had done this. I wish I had done that.
it's the worst
Don't
feeling.
do that to yourself. Yes,
Yeah,
that's why every year, and I didn't used to do this or I didn't take it seriously, but every year, even monthly, like, well, sit down in December or whenever, start planning, look at where you've been, what were you able to do, what weren't you able to do, and plan what you want to do for the next year. Take little
yeah,
blocks, yeah, because you can just sit there and time is passing. You get up and it's like, oh wow, what happened? You know?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yes.
I could have said that myself because there's so many things that I wasn't even paying attention to or being aware of. 30s, 40s, and you go, oh, but the beauty of it is here am I'm telling people my experiences. So
Yes.
for me, I don't even sit there and say, oh, how come? Like sometimes you go, how did it? There's a time for everything, a time and a
Hmm.
place for it. Maybe
Hmm.
if you had done it back then, have, it wouldn't have gone well, or who knows what, right?
Maybe you're
So
supposed to teach people that if you
yeah,
don't,
yes.
it feels like a
So
waste of time too.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
But me right now, I don't feel like, okay, I can sit there and choose to say, why didn't I do this, or focus now and say, this is what I'm doing. I
Yes.
realize that that's why I'm doing this now,
Now,
right? So
yes.
it doesn't
Yes.
matter, just start.
Yeah. Yeah. It's never too late to
No,
start.
no, no.
Maybe I should go get a law degree.
Of
Just being
course, do
funny.
it.
I'm just even standing in the courtroom scares me. Like,
Yeah.
unless maybe I'm going to
Hey,
be a corporate lawyer, like I will never go to court
let,
kind
let
of
me tell
lawyer.
you, yeah, let me tell you something, like at work, right? Like, because I'm in federal, like every time I try to keep abreast of what's happening with the Alberta provincial government. So I go
Yeah.
look at their news, whatever. And
Hmm.
then I'm like, oh, okay, lo and behold, they've appointed, I think, is it 8 or 9? I forget the number. New new court judges, whatever. I forget the title, but they are judges in the court.
Right.
And so one of them was a lady from Big Stone Reserve up north. I'm like, wow, cool. A First Nations lady. I was so happy.
Yeah.
And then I
Wow.
saw, a Nigerian name, a man, and I said, cool, the Africans are
So
in there. And so I
yes.
was telling Nana that, we say this, we say that, but Nigerians, they do well. Yes. So I was
Mhm.
happy, and I'm like, well, like our Minister of Justice is a Nigerian, so the
Oh
African
yeah.
factor, yeah, Casey Madu, yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. So, these are yeah, it's all encouraging.
Oh, Aisha's here.
Oh, hello. How are you? How are you doing? Hmm. Good to see you. Our
Yes, sir.
condolences, Aisha.
Oh,
Yeah, I
Who
think
that?
her uncle or something. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Our
Aisha,
condolences.
condolences, eh?
Yeah. Okay, so um, let's go. There are women of grace, boldness, and destiny in the Bible: Deborah, Esther, Ruth, Abigail, Anna, and Hannah, to name a few. They lived with purpose. So can you. Get out of the box of limitation. There to dream, there to believe. I have a post on this on my Facebook page, All for His Glory. Focus and strive toward that goal of yours.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll read through the quotations here.
Mm-hmm.
So I pray you will have the courage to break out on every side as David did. First Chronicles 14:1. And then, dear woman, okay. Dear woman, find your niche. When you do, you'll find your voice. I guess here you're kind of showing us how to find our purpose too, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because in finding your niche,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's where you're supposed to be, that's what you're supposed to
Mm-hmm.
work at.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Beloved woman, commit to the Lord whatever you do, and your plans will succeed. Proverbs 16:3. Beloved woman, may He grant you your heart's desire and fulfill all your plans. Psalm 20, verse 4. Beloved woman, do you see a man skillful in his work? He will stand before kings. He will not stand before obscure men. Proverbs 22:29. And then the last quotation says, Beloved woman, without counsel, plans fail, but with many advisors, they succeed. Proverbs 15, verse 22. And
Mm-hmm.
with that, the last reflection is,
Mm-hmm.
which would you rather be, stagnant or a change maker? Some of your products. Okay,
Which
okay.
ones? DM her which ones you need, eh?
Yes. Are you my friend on Facebook? Just DM me, okay? And we'll talk. Um, oh, I'm thinking about the product.
Would you be
Okay.
stagnant or a change maker?
Yes, we want to be change makers. We want to be able
Mm-hmm.
to impact this world before we leave it, to be able to
Mm-hmm.
leave a footprint. And we can only
Yes.
do this when we're actually living our purpose. We're doing what God put us here to do.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, before um, I looked also at how to get out of this limitation, and I mentioned one, which is
Mm-hmm.
surrounding yourself with like-minded people for accountability purposes. But before you
Mm-hmm.
do that, the first thing is to
Mm-hmm.
think about it. Everything is in the mind, as we said last week. Last week is when we talked about the mind, right? Yeah, everything starts from the mind,
Mm-hmm.
and when you think about
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is, you have to be able to visualize the possibilities of it, not think about the negatives. And that doesn't
Mm-hmm.
mean that you're living in a fairy tale world thinking that it will be easy,
No.
but you focus on
Mm-hmm.
the possibilities. And then the second step is
Yeah.
to take action, as we just said.
Yes, I was going to
Because,
say that.
yeah,
Action.
if you just think about it, you'd be thinking about it forever and you sit there
Mm-hmm.
and nothing will happen, but you have
Happen.
to
Yeah.
move. And
Mm-hmm.
I think the best thing is to not wait till you feel your plans are perfect, because they
Mm-hmm.
will never be
Yes.
perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you move even when you still have questions, and as you're moving, these questions will be answered. And the
Mm-hmm.
third one was the surrounding yourself with
Mm-hmm.
like-minded people.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so those are like the three steps that I noted down. And but it also encourages, like, you know how sometimes the fears are so limiting that it's I don't know, it becomes like a disease, or it's like you
Mm-hmm.
can't really get out of it, and then we'll need
Crippling.
yes, crippling fear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you need professional help for like
Yes.
counseling. But the first thing
Mm-hmm.
is to notice that you have this, and that is
Yeah.
when you take stock of your life
Mm-hmm.
and what you want to do. Counseling and positive affirmation. And sometimes these limitations also come from, we didn't talk about that, when you live your life comparing yourself to others,
Yes, that
sometimes
too.
it limits you too, because it makes you feel, I don't know, like you're in a competition, you're not thinking about what you can achieve, but you keep comparing yourself to someone else, but they have their own purpose, they have their own goals.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So just
That's
know
more
that you're
like,
special. Yeah.
yeah, insecurities. You have to overcome your
Mm-hmm.
insecurities because
Mm-hmm.
if you're insecure, then you're doing that comparison thing. Yeah.
Right. Right.
And in all this, to always do your homework. Like if you've made up your mind that this is the area I'm going to this area I'm going to do, make sure that you do your homework. You
Yeah.
can't just start and say, oh, I'm going to go do this, and you don't know
Mm-hmm.
nothing about it. You're not
About it.
invested. It involves hard work. When I say
Mm-hmm.
homework, it means that you have to do hard. Nothing is easy. So if you're going
No.
to be lazy or wishy-washy, it's not going to work. Yes.
Right. Right.
So basically always encourage yourself, find like-minded people. There's something I heard somewhere, I forget where I heard it, but it says your mentors, oh, probably it was probably Yawa Kwao, Hansen Kwao. Your
Mm.
mentors don't have to be people you know.
Yeah.
They
True.
can be your mentors from afar. You listen to their stuff, you read their books. If down the line, if you have opportunity to meet them, good, but you are
That's true.
learning. So yeah, you're learning
Yeah,
from
that's true.
listening to them. Yeah.
Yeah.
What I find interesting is like on Clubhouse, sometimes certain days, I think every day, there's a particular person that they are reading from there. I've heard there was a room where they were reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad, or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
like, these books, or Les Brown
Yeah.
or Oprah or whatever, and they are listening. So you see a whole bunch of people in there listening, listening.
Mm.
So it's like if you want to grow, you have to invest in
Yes.
learning. Yes.
Yes.
And we are not a people given to spending money. We are cheap sometimes, but
Yeah.
sometimes you need to pay that $100 or thousand or whatever it is. If you are serious about what it is you want to do and there's a cost involved, you need to do it.
Yeah.
You have to do it. But we don't want to spend money.
You don't want to
You
spend
need
it
to,
on stuff
yes,
like that, but if it was a
yeah,
shoe,
they'll spend it on other things.
yeah.
Because you see, like, you think about it this way, whatever niche or whichever area you are in, if you don't build yourself up and become confident, how are you going to go forward and push that product that you are selling?
Mm-hmm.
So you
Mm-hmm.
have to work on yourself. There's some work required, and we need to be invested in that. It doesn't matter. Take those little steps. There's resources, listening, what the audio books, this and that, right?
Right.
So yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, we'll leave it there. Hmm.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, we have talked a lot today.
Hmm.
Limitations, barriers, they will always be there. So
Hmm.
no matter what you're doing, they will always be
Hmm.
there. So let's not use
Hmm.
that as an excuse not to
Hmm.
accomplish whatever that we're supposed to do here on earth.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, because we're not told these things. It's
Hmm.
later on that we find out. So if you're listening, maybe you're young, lucky you. You found out early, so don't sit around.
Hmm.
And even if you're old and you're listening now, there is no time limit, because you're limiting yourself with your age. There's no
Hmm.
time limits to start actions
Oh, I
that,
think you're frozen.
oh,
Yeah.
can you hear me now? But can you hear me?
Yeah, the network is acting up. Yeah, I
Yeah,
can
my
hear you now.
internet is acting. Yes, as I was saying, there's no time limit. So
Thank
go
you.
out there and accomplish.
Yes, just
What I'll
go do
say.
it. Just do it.
Yep.
Yes. Adwa says many people have no problem using others' money to live luxurious lifestyles, but struggles to work for their own. Yes, priorities, right? Priorities.
Yes,
That's what that is.
priorities. Yeah.
So thank
Yeah.
you so much. Yes, we thank you all, those of you who were able to join us for the
Yeah.
book launch yesterday.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's more to come from
Time
this
is up.
page.
Yeah.
As I said, we are going to be doing a lot more with the book going forward. So push, push, push,
Yeah.
promote it and all that. But I'm
Yes.
going to be on vacation. So we'll probably be away for the next 2 weeks. I think that we'll be back
Ooh.
on, yeah, probably by the middle. I'll put out a poster and let you know.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So thank you. Ajua Odo, Miss Sage,
Thanks,
Pastor P,
everyone.
Nanako say, Aisha.
And I
Who
could
else
say,
is? She'll
get
post you
in
the products.
touch.
Mr. Trematin, we thank you all. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Bye.
Love you.